Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another devlog for Welcome to Elderfield, my horror farming JRPG. Today, I have some pretty exciting announcements to make. The first major update of content post-demo is now finished and released to the public. This has been a massive expansion of the main town area, which has added a ton of content. Before we get into all of the new content, this drab, plain old Steam page needs a bit of work. So what better way to fix it up than with some brand new artwork? This new artwork will be the new Steam artwork for the game, and I think it does a better job of showing what the game actually is. One problem with the old artwork was that while the mood was right, it didn't really tell you what kind of game this is. Now the artwork shows some clear farming elements, a glimpse of the main character, and plenty of spooky stuff to showcase the horror farming genre blend that I'm going for. In this devlog, I'll be talking all about the new content that's been added to the game now that the demo is in a stable place. So my focus has moved on to adding more content to the full game. Members of the Patreon have access to all of these post-demo updates, so consider joining if you'd like to experience this new content for yourself. This update adds a large expansion to the main town area, complete with a new sewer system to explore, and also adds a new explorable area, Greystone Estates, a massive, spooky apartment building with an ever-changing layout and plenty of creepy mysteries and surprises. One of the new buildings is the Elderfield Saloon. This is where the townsfolk will get together every evening to unwind. They will all have unique dialogue here, which can change depending on the day. And this will serve as a reliable way of finding whichever NPC you need to for a task or to give a gift to. You can also buy some new recipes and randomized food from the saloon shop. Another new building is the furniture shop. The stock changes every day, and you can buy all sorts of decorative items to customize your home. This is the local joggers club. They like to jog. They'll have a bit more to do with the progression of the game when the Old Woods gets added. There are also a number of new houses to check out, with some new NPCs. These areas will be linked to several future tasks when the job board system is added. This is the path to the Old Woods. That will be the next main dungeon area, which comes after the mall. The new sewer system has some forageables that you can sell, and new secrets to find. Speaking of the sewers, I'd like to introduce you to Blorf, the new romanceable character. North of the town lies the ominous, looming Greystone Estates. Inside, you'll find a more oppressive atmosphere than most areas you've encountered previously. This area is heavily inspired by urban J-horror films like Dark Water and Cairo. This area is mainly residential, with townsfolk to meet and tasks to do. But there is also an element of unpredictability and danger. The rooftop also has a lovely view. Once again, all of this new content is now available to Patreon supporters. So if you'd like to explore these new areas yourself, consider supporting the development of the game over there. There's a ton of new content to explore that I've barely touched on here, and plenty more to come. Now that the town expansion is out, the next major area to add will be the Old Woods. Before then, however, there are a few things to add to the town still, such as the bus system and the police station. I'm also planning to give the farm map a revamp and add some more content to the early game, so stay tuned for that. Another feature that's in progress is improved mouse support. Yes, I hear you, commenters. Mouse support is on the way. In fact, a lot of changes have already been made to the way that mouse controls work, such as making the right and left mouse buttons act the same as the OK and cancel buttons, as well as adding WASD movement to the default controls. One thing that's still a bit awkward, however, is the game's menu system. The way that menus currently work is mostly limited by the RPG Maker engine itself. The engine is mainly made for controller and keyboard inputs, so some things which feel fine on controller, such as clicking buttons to enter various menu sections, feels very unintuitive when using the mouse, as you aren't constrained by the limited movement of the menu cursor, so there are a lot of things you can see on the screen that you'd think you can just click on, but can't. Because this is all handled by the engine directly, it requires a lot of plugin work to address. I've been commissioning a plugin developer to make a ton of changes to the way that menus are handled by the engine, with the end goal being to make everything you can see in a menu clickable. This will also make some controller inputs feel a bit better, as you can just use the directional pad to move the cursor into other tabs and windows instead of having to press back and OK to enter and exit sub-menus. This should remove some unnecessary clicks that you previously had to just spam through to do some basic actions. So far, the inventory and storage menus have been totally reworked, which is what you're seeing now. But there are still many more menus to rework, so full mouse support is still a ways out. The cost of adding this feature is that it will break save files, as it adds new functions which the engine loads when a new game is created. Because of this, I'm waiting until everything is completely implemented before releasing any of the mouse support updates, as if I have to break people's save files, I'd rather only do it once if possible. I've also completely reworked all of the smaller graphical option menus that pop up when you interact with certain objects. Previously they were not clickable by the mouse, but now they are, so you should be able to pretty fluidly walk around the game with WASD, use the mouse for OK and cancel, and interact with all of the events just using the mouse, which previously was a bit of a headache as you had to use the directional keys and the OK button to actually interact with these clickable graphics. And that's all for this update. I hope you're enjoying the content so far, and if the game looks cool to you, please consider giving it a wish list over on Steam and trying out the free demo. That's all for now. Keep it spooky, and I'll see you in Elderfield.